I pray that we unmask ourselves from everything that allows us to love. Because love is true freedom. And that's where our freedom is.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Kaloho Mojalefa and welcome back to my channel. What is good? I know my makeup is like really dramatic today. I was playing with my makeup and then I was like, you know what, let me just film this video. Because this video nearly did not happen. This is the third time I'm filming this video, which is really getting on my nerves now. But the first time I filmed it and I uploaded it on YouTube and then snacks things were happening, okay? So yeah, I had to delete the video from YouTube and I couldn't really like re-upload it because I had deleted it from my laptop because I was out of memory. So I was like, you know, let me just delete these other videos since I have it on YouTube already, Gandhi, you know. And then yesterday I actually filmed this video again and I realized that my eyelash was just really acting up and it was bothering me. So I was like, okay, you know what, I can't post this. So here we are today again, and I hope today's going to be a better day because I'm really tired of this now, honestly. Today is the endometriosis video part 2. A lot of people have been asking me where the video is. Here it is, guys. I'm so sorry, my apologies. I actually filmed it like a good 2 days or 1 day after I filmed the part 1, and then all of that happened and I couldn't refilm because I was busy with exams. And then after exams I was just too tired to do anything. I just wanted to sleep for like a whole 2 weeks. But anyways, I have the questions here that you guys sent me on Instagram and I'm going to try to answer them all. A lot of the questions were like a repetition of the same questions, or like they were very similar questions, so I just combined them all together. But yeah, I'm going to be answering your questions today. If you see me reading down, I have my notebook and I actually wrote down like the questions and answers in my notebook. So yeah, that's what's happening. So let's get right into it. Disclaimer: I am not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor, nurse, or anything like that. So everything that I'm going to be saying today are things that I've done my research on, and I'm also going to be talking on a perspective of a patient and not a doctor, okay? So please be understanding of that. If I do make a mistake somewhere, please do comment down below and let me know. Or if there's something that I didn't explain as well as you would have liked me to, then you're most definitely welcome to comment down below. Okay, but anyways, question number 1. This is like a very standard question and a lot of people are actually asking me about this question. But the question is, what is endometriosis? So I tried to explain the question in my first video, the part 1 of the video. If you haven't watched the part 1, I will link it up here somewhere here. But yeah, so endometriosis is when so basically there's the certain tissue that grows in the lining of your uterus. So endometriosis is when that tissue now grows outside of your uterus. It could grow in like your fallopian tubes or your ovaries or even your intestines for some people. So that's basically like the summary of what endometriosis is. Question number 2. What are some of the symptoms of endometriosis? So obviously with every other disorder or any illness that you may have, your symptoms will vary, okay? So some people will have some of the symptoms, some people won't. Some people have like half, a third, a quarter, you know. So there are some symptoms here on this list that I don't personally experience. So yeah, our experiences may differ, but this is like the standard symptoms, if you get what I'm saying. So the first is painful periods. I feel like everyone, not everyone, okay, I know like some girls, some women are lucky enough to not get period pains, but I feel like a lot of women generally do get period pains. But with endometriosis it is quite different. Like the period pains are quite severe. I know that with my friends, all my friends get period pains, but with me it's like yeah, I get period pains, guys. Like they get so severe. So that's one of the signs of having, well, symptoms of having endometriosis. The second is that you may have lower abdomen pain before and during menstruation. Yeah, this is also another issue that I generally have. you may get cramps 1 or 2 weeks around your menstruation, which really sucks in my opinion. Imagine getting period pains a good 2 weeks before your period even starts, and then maybe like another week after your periods. You basically just had periods the whole month. But yeah, that's just not periods but period pains. Yeah, so that's just really sucky. And then also heavy periods or bleeding in between your periods or having long periods. My periods are very long, guys. Like, my periods can be quite long, but now they're actually quite better. I feel like the older you grow, your periods definitely do learn to chill a little, because when I was in high school, I remember I used to get my period for like up to 10 days in a month. Okay. Now I can go up to like 7 days maximum. Usually it's like 6 days now, 5 days if I'm really lucky. But yeah, your periods tend to be longer. And then also sometimes I get my period like twice in a month. So basically just having periods that are very irregular. And then also having pain after sexual intercourse is also another symptom. I mean, having sex is generally supposed to not be painful. So if you have sex, well, painful, I mean, but if you're having sexual intercourse and then after that you get like pain, then chances are you may have endometriosis. And then also having discomfort with bowel movements. With me, it's actually the opposite. Like, I feel like if I have pains, ovulation pains or period pains, whenever I have my bowel movements, then the pain tends to get a bit better. I don't know, it's sort of like relieving in a way, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then also lower back pain during your menstrual cycle. This is something that I personally really struggle with. And then also having leg pain. I remember when my gynecologist was asking me, like, basically going down the symptoms to check, you know, if I actually have endometriosis, he asked me about leg pain, and I was like, what does that have to do with anything? In my head. But yeah, I actually do get like leg pains a lot. So I used to think that it was something else, but turns out, I mean, you know. And also another symptom and sort of an effect of endometriosis is infertility. Now this is something that makes me really sad to think that there may be a possibility of not having children. But me personally, I'm very optimistic. I know I'm gonna have children, okay, in Jesus' name. But yeah, infertility is usually like a very big issue that goes with endometriosis, and I'm just going to talk about that later on in the video. So someone asked me what some of my first symptoms were. So for me personally, I think it was the leg pains, but I never really connected it obviously to having endometriosis or periods or anything like that. And then also another symptom was pain. Guys, I used to get a lot of pain, like a lot of pain, especially when I would be ovulating. So it was really weird. I'll have like my periods and my period pains and everything, and then after like a while I'll start getting pains again that felt like 10 times worse than period pains. I've already told you guys in my other video again, so again, go to the other video, I'll link it down below as well. But yeah, those were definitely some of my first symptoms. What else? Having a very irregular period also was quite, yeah, like that was when I realized that something is not okay. Something is just not okay. And then how did I find out is another question. I did mention, I did a whole story time on how I found out that I have endometriosis, so you can check it out in the video. I'll link it again up here now. Yeah. And then also I will leave the link in the description box just in case you want to watch it like after this video. That is also okay. So yeah, I was basically in grade 10. I had a lot of pain. I went to a hospital, and that's just like the whole summary of it. And then someone asked, what are some of the symptoms that people don't generally notice of endometriosis? And I feel like, first of all, another symptom that I didn't really mention was that when you have endometriosis, your allergies, they tend to be worse when you have endometriosis, like when you're on your period or when you are ovulating. That's a symptom that I think a lot of people may not necessarily notice. So if you are allergic to pollen or dust or anything like that, whenever you have endometriosis, for some reason your symptoms get, your allergies get worse. So that's a symptom that you wouldn't necessarily notice, in my opinion. Another symptom, in my opinion, that people would probably like not notice would be the leg pain. You wouldn't necessarily link or associate having leg pains and endometriosis or anything that has to do with the uterus. You know, you would probably think it's something totally different, like lacking vitamin B something, B1, I think. Because I remember there's a time where I went to my doctor because of the leg pain and he gave me like vitamins. He was like, okay, I think you're lacking vitamin B and all that. So that's definitely one of them. What else? Yeah, I think those for me personally. You can comment down below and tell me, of the symptoms that I told you guys about already, which one would you say is more like people wouldn't necessarily notice as much? Okay, another question is endometriosis curable? Unfortunately, there is no cure for it. You basically just have to live with knowing that you have endometriosis and your pains are going to come every now and then, and that's just that. But it is manageable in a sense that some of the symptoms, you could say, can be manageable. For instance, with infertility, there's a certain surgery that you can undergo to help prevent that, or if you are sort of having fertility problems, then there's certain surgery that you can get to help you with that. And also there are other methods or measures to sort of help manage the pains that you get, because the pains are quite extreme. So things like contraceptives, for one, that's like one of the most common ways of managing pain when you have endometriosis. So your doctor will prescribe some contraceptives for you, or you can be on like what you call those what's the word,
2 hours later.
basically those contraceptive like a Miranda, for example. I forgot the word. What's the word? Wait, let me see if I have it here.
1 eternity later.
But basically like a Miranda, you know, those the ones that they insert inside your vagina. I just forgot the technical term for it, but yeah, it's also a contraceptive basically. And there's one that they, I don't know if they put it in your arm or something like that. There's that one as well. So yeah, and you can also get basically any form of contraceptive that may work for you, that your doctor will prescribe for you. That's also another way of managing pain. That's the most common one. And then there's also surgery. For some people, they have like, I don't know, the tissue sort of causes like growth, something like that inside. So your doctor or your gynecologist, I don't know who will perform, probably not a doctor, but whoever will perform the operation will then take out the growth. And then what else is there? There's also hormone therapy. I won't talk too much about hormone therapy because I really don't know about it. I tried to research it and I was just like, okay. So yeah, there's also this medication called Denazol, or Denazol. I think it's Denazol with the A. So basically what it does is it stops your periods. Like, I think it's pills and they stop your periods. But now the problem is that they have some side effects that are not as good, such as growing hair in parts of your body that are not necessarily supposed to have hair, like your face or your chest. And usually as women we try to, you know, shy away from having facial hair and hair in our chest areas and all of that. So that's one of the side effects of using it. And then it also like causes acne, like severe acne, so people tend to shy away from that pill. I feel like I would drink it if like I'm going on holiday and my period is supposed to come during that time, but I'd only drink it for that time only, and then just keep my fingers crossed to go see I don't get facial hair. But yeah. And then another question was, this is two questions, was how how do you get endometriosis and what causes it. So I just mixed it into one. And so basically the exact causes of endometriosis are not known till this day by doctors and scientists. Nobody really knows if it's genetic or if it is caused by something. The exact causes are not known. However, some scientists do believe that it is quite genetic, and me personally, this is not a scientific fact but an opinion. I feel like there may be some genetic factors to it, and the reason I say that is because in my family, like, there's a lot of us who actually have endometriosis. My late aunt, my mother's older sister, had it. My cousin, she also has it. Two of my cousins actually have it, and I'm talking about people from like my mother's sisters and brothers and their children, you know. So yeah, from my mother's side of the family, it's actually quite common. So I do feel like there may be like a genetic factor to it, but that's just my opinion. And then also there are some people who actually get it after getting a C-section, like a cesarean delivery when you're having your child. So I don't know what exactly goes wrong there. Maybe when your doctor makes an incision, they cut something, or so. I really don't know. But yeah, some people, some ladies actually do get it after getting a cesarean section. So another question. Okay, so the last one, yay, I feel like this video is going to be shorter than the first one that I posted, so this is a blessing in disguise. Okay, the last one is actually a comment, and it's from a lady. I think she also has endometriosis, and she's like, I've actually never met someone else who also has it. So you know what I think? Actually, I think that you probably have met someone who has it. It's just that either one, they don't know that they have it, or number two, they probably they're not disclosing, sorry, that they have it. Because the thing is, with endometriosis, a lot of people have wrong ideas about it. So maybe someone may think that they just have very problematic periods, and they really don't know that they have endometriosis, because endometriosis fact is that 1 in 10 women actually have it. That's a good 10%. So chances are we all know someone who has it. It's just that they may not know. They may think that maybe they have a problematic period. A lot of women also find out that they have endometriosis once they start trying to have a baby and they have problems with their infertility and they're finding it hard to conceive. That's only when they start going to a gynecologist or a doctor and they get told, you know, man, you actually have endometriosis. So I feel like maybe at our age group, there may be a number of people that, well, ladies that may not necessarily know that they have endometriosis because they're not really trying for a baby, if that sort of makes sense. Or they just sort of excuse the symptoms that they have for something else. Like I said, when I had my leg pains, and my pains are always associated with something else and not necessarily endometriosis. And then also someone may choose not to disclose that they have endometriosis, because I've realized that a lot of people, like, there's a stigma of, not a stigma, well, I mean, there's some truth to it, but people usually associate endometriosis with infertility. So whenever you say you have endometriosis, I remember when I told one of my friends, she was like, babes, are you planning on having children? Because, you know, it's not gonna happen. So a lot of people sort of associate endometriosis with infertility, and as much as, I mean, it is a symptom, but that's not the reality, the whole reality of it, you know. So someone may choose not to disclose that they have endometriosis because they are avoiding the situation of being told or people believing that they're infertile. And you know how it is with our societies and just the world that we live in now. For some reason, when you are a woman and you don't have a child, especially in our African homes, when you are a woman and you don't have a child, then it's like you're not woman enough, you know, and you're subject to insults, being told that you can't have children, or sumfazi, and all of that, you know. So people may probably shy away from that because they're trying to save themselves the pain. I mean, if someone is already going through something that is so difficult or something that is so painful, trying to have a child and not being able to have a child, and then society is also on their case, like, can you just imagine how horrible it must be? And I feel like for me personally, it honestly frustrates me so much. And that's why I'm saying I think about it like sometimes, and it does stress me out, because I don't want to be in a situation where, you know, you are married and then your husband's family is always on your case, like, you know, some women are even scared of going to, not necessarily scared, but they just don't want to go to family functions because they'll be asked, when are you having children, when are you having children? So I feel like I wish we could just move away from that narrative of a woman is not woman enough if she doesn't have children. You know, there's so much more that makes a woman apart from having children. Some don't have children because they don't want to have children. Some don't have children because God hasn't given them children, and that's okay. All women are beautiful, all women are strong, all women are women, irregardless of whatever, okay? So yeah, I feel like that would definitely be one of the reasons why someone would actually not disclose that they have endometriosis, because they're trying to save themselves from the pain. But yeah, guys, to all my endo warriors out there, we are gonna be all right, okay? We're gonna be fine. Me personally, on my side, I am very optimistic, guys. Save this video 5 years from now, when I have my children, I'm gonna say, guys, I told you. But for now, you are Aki Sharp, guys. But anyways, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a video. And I know some people are asking me, when are we gonna get a makeup video? Because I've been talking a lot lately. I love talking. But I think my next video is gonna be a makeup video, and it's gonna be so fun. It's actually not gonna be like a makeup tutorial, but it's gonna be a tutorial that is gonna be very fun. It's sort of like a challenge. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Do come back for that video. But for now, this is Galoha signing out. Love you.